Hi everybody, welcome back to Chiquel's YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and today I am going to give you an Ellen Wille Pixie extravaganza. And by that I mean I'm going to show you 6 wigs that are pixie cuts from Ellen Wille. But before I get started on this extravaganza, I'm going to remind you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can learn even more about alternative hair. I feel like I need to come up with a better intro. I don't know. I feel like it's so boring. Anyways, I'm gonna carry on. Okay, so whenever I do these sort of bigger showings of wigs, I don't do like full-blown reviews. I'll show you sort of the main details and then carry on to the next one. So don't expect like absolutely every single detail other than, you know, what the cap is and the type of hair and, you know, that's kind of it, just surface level stuff. Okay, now pixie cuts. I am always a little bit out of my comfort zone whenever I put them on. They are just not something I have ever been used to or gotten used to yet. Even though I've been wearing wigs forever, I just haven't gotten used to it. But I am of course happy to share them with you, and I'm actually a little bit jealous of anyone who wears wigs who wears pixie wigs, because pixie cuts, they don't get tangly, they don't get frazzly as fast, you know, if you're wearing a synthetic one. They last you quite a bit longer than a longer piece. They're easier to maintain, they're lighter weight, they're great. So maybe I need to like force myself to wear pixies because there's really a lot of great things about them. They're just so easy and simple. I don't know, maybe I need to convert to the pixie life. Anyways, let's carry on. I'm going to show you this first piece I have here. This is called Aura, and of course it's by Ellen Wille. All of the pieces I'm showing today are by Ellen Wille. So this is Aura in the color Champagne Rooted. So that color has 22, 16, and 25 in it. So it's going to be some neutral blonde tone. There's a little bit of a sandy color in here and a little bit of more a platinum tone too. And then we do have some lighter brown roots. I would say that they are warmer, but they are a light root. You're not going to have that really dark root to it. This is going to be a very comfortable cap. Ellen Wille caps are also known to fit a little bit smaller. So if you are more of an average, petite average size, then these will be great for you. This is a partially hand-tied cap with wefting, closed wefting throughout the bottom, velvet ear tabs, velvet extended nape, and full monofilament top with a lace front. It is an extended lace front, so that means often lace fronts just go to about here, sort of where that line is. But this one's extended, which means it goes sort of halfway into your ear tab, which is nice. Okay, it's already feeling super lightweight. Something else Ellen Wille is known for is the light density, which is always amazing. Oh, gotta get that out of the way. All right, here we go. This is a really nice layered look with bangs. So you can have these nice bangs here, but if the wind blows, it's amazing because we have that lace front. Fantastic, right? I find that most of the pixies I'm gonna show today, these are gonna be fantastic to pair with some kind of styling cream, wig wax, sea salt spray, anything to give it a little bit of an extra textured look. You're gonna look so cool. I also feel like pixie cut people, that's what I'm gonna call you. Pixie cut people are just the coolest people. I don't know, I really like you guys. I really need to become one. All right, it is a bit longer in the back. And of course you don't need to worry about your hairline at the nape showing because it goes like an inch beyond. So that's nice. Yeah, like I said, all these nice little layers in here, and since it does have that monofilament top, it no matter where you part it, you're always gonna have that natural appearance of scalp, which is so great. Just makes the pixie life even better. Look, if I want to part it all over that way, then it looks like it's growing right from my head. Like, whoa, crazy. But I also find, oh, I'm having all of these like insights about pixies today. I also find that pixie cuts don't really need a part. You know, they're so good at just being messy, which also makes me think that, well, not think, just I know that whenever you have a basic cap, which I will show you in a minute here, that's a cap that does not have a monofilament top, then I find it's okay because there's no part line. It can just be crazy and messy and no part, so you're not gonna see through to your scalp, which means you don't necessarily need to spend money on the monofilament. However, it is nice to have. I'm all over the place, as I am usually. Anyways, okay, Aura. This is Aura, and I'm gonna move on to the next one. The next one we have, I will show you another similar cap to this. So this one here is called, this one is Tact Soft. So Tact Soft, we're gonna have this also partially hand-tied cap, partial wefting, lace front that's extended, and then on top here, this is gonna be a hand-tied top. Well, let me show you the difference here. Oh my gosh, this tag. Ellen Wille tags are so long. Like, look how long this is. Whoa. Okay, on Aura, we had a monofilament top that was sort of a lace-like material. Tact Soft isn't gonna have that monofilament. Sometimes people can get irritated by this lace. It's a little bit rougher. These hand-tied tops are soft. They're super soft, and it's not made with that same lace that you would find on the lace front. So it's super soft, yet it still does give you the ability to part it wherever you want. Okay, so I'm gonna put Aura down now and move on officially to Tact Soft. So like I said, partial hand-tied cap with closed wefting. We do have some velvet ear tabs, velvet extended nape, and Velcro adjusters. But yeah, with this hand-tied top, it's just so soft. Hence the Tact Soft. Okay, let me put this on. Oh my gosh, these tags are they're gonna get me. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, this is in the color Toffee Brown Shad. So the numbers for that one, let me tell you, are 8, 30, 12, and 20. So that's basically gonna be a mix of medium brown, light brown, and a little bit of blonde. That will be the 20, and then the 30 is gonna be a little bit of a red tone. So there's really a little bit of everything in here. I'd say it leans more warm, for sure. Okay, this one does have a nice bang here, but of course when that wind blows, we have that lace front, or if you prefer to style it off your face like this. I don't know if I suggest doing that, that's not great. But you know, you can part it wherever you want, because again, we do have a hand-tied top. So like I said, it's a little different than a monofilament top, a little bit softer, but you do have the ability to part still, which is fantastic. This is what it looks like. It's shorter in the back than Aura was. And it's really comfortable on. So both of these caps, I should mention, they do fit a little bit smaller than average. I find especially within the rest of the cap, in terms of circumference, an average person could definitely get in here. Like you could stick an average person in there and that's totally fine. But I do find that the cap part tends to fit a bit smaller too. So just keep that in mind. Okay, on to the next. Another similar cap to Aura. This is going to be Cara 100 Deluxe. And it's the deluxe version because it is hand-tied, full mono top, extended lace front. And the really great thing about this one that I love is that, hold on, I'm gonna show you the difference here. Cara Deluxe has no seam between the lace front and the monofilament top. It's just one fluid material of that lace, whereas on a lot of mono top lace fronts, see this seam here? That seam, sometimes you can notice, let me see if I can get it. Sometimes you can see it. Where is it? Of course, now you can't see it. Oh, there it is, right here. I don't know if you can tell. Oh gosh, I need to get my nails done really bad. But sometimes you can see that little seam. It's very subtle, but it depends on the wig. Sometimes it's more noticeable. And the one thing I don't always love about these seams is that over time, they can separate if you're not careful, and then you might need to sew it back together. But the great thing about this one is that you're not gonna have to worry about any of that, which is great. I do find this one is a little bit rougher and a little bit stiffer. It's not as soft as other Ellen Wille monotops I've felt before. So I don't know if it's just this particular piece, or if every one of these is like that. Okay, this is in the color Smoke Mix, and those are the colors 48 and 38. So we are gonna have a little bit of a light brown in here. I don't know if you can see that. There's a light brown with some light gray speckled throughout. Let me just go ahead and put this on. Oh, the tag didn't really get me that time. So again, this is Cara 100 Deluxe. We almost have a slight waviness to this one. Very slight though. And we also have bangs, but again, if the wind blows, you have the lace front, which is awesome. This cap is really comfortable. I know I mentioned that the monofilament top felt a bit stiffer. I don't feel that coming through as I put this on though. It just feels like the other one did. So, really comfortable cap. Let me spin. This one does feel like it has a little bit more hair than the other two I was showing. So a little bit more dense, but that means you can play with it more, get it bigger. Just know that on pieces that are hand tied, you're not going to find any permatease on them. So permatease is that sort of short-haired crimping effect that's done at the roots that give a wig or a hairpiece that extra volume and added lift. But when you have these hand-tied components, you're not going to have permatease. And overall, Ellen Wille doesn't generally use a ton of permatease anyways. She does on some of her pieces, but overall, not a ton. You'll notice there's lots of hair in the sideburn area. It's a lot thicker there. So if you were to tuck it behind your ears, that's what that would look like. Just like that. Or maybe you're a sideburn gal. I don't know. But yeah, the parting can happen anywhere you want. This is a really comfy one. I'm impressed with the comfiness of it. And I don't know, like I mentioned, pixie cuts are just so lightweight. They're wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna move on to some basic caps. I know the first three I showed you here were hand-tied, full mono tops, or hand-tied tops, lace fronts. The next ones I'm gonna show you are more basic. So what I mean by basic is that they're generally all machine made as opposed to having the hand-tied components. So this one, I forget the name of this one. I have so many of them to show you. This one is Tulle. And this is in the color Hot Chili Rooted, which is so fun. Look at that. So this is Tulle. We have open wefting here. You can stick your fingers through. It's nice and ventilated and breathable. Also nice and stretchy. So even though Ellen Wille does fit smaller than average, when you have these open wefted caps, sometimes you'll find that they're more easy to fit over your the rest of your head if you need, as you can stretch it further. So basic cap with open wefting. These are even just some standard ear tabs as opposed to the velvet ones. So when you do have these standard ones, they might not be as comfortable as the velvet, and same with just the standard nape here as opposed to the velvet nape, the luxurious velvet. So if you are sensitive to material, you might find that to be a little bit rougher. I don't find it makes a huge difference, but it might for someone who's sensitive. Okay, and it's also considered basic cap because it's just machine made on top, and this would have a permatease top, which means it's just made with sort of those short-haired crimping effect at the root, and there's no illusion of scalp at all. But there is this really nice velvet part at the front. What this does have, look at this little cute circle here. This cute little circle here is called a monofilament crown. And what this is that same lace-like material we were talking about earlier, the monofilament top, but it's just this little circle. And this is where all of the fibers, well, not all of them, but the fibers in this area have been hand tied into this circle so that all of that fiber spiders out from there. So that, you know how, most people in their human hair have that like spot at the back of their crown where sort of all that hair, well, kind of platters from, if you know what I mean. That's what this is. So see how it's kind of coming out from there? That's the monofilament crown. Okay, so like I mentioned, this is in the color Hot Chili Rooted, and this is the numbers 132, 133, and 6. So 6 is going to be a medium brown color. 132 and 133 are going to be these vibrant reds. So cool. All right, here she is. This one is so funky. Oh my gosh, I feel so cool. Oh, I would love to get some styling cream in here and just play with it. Okay, even though I said this does have a permatease top, you're still not going to find a ton of permatease. There, of course, is the permatease, but it's not thick and pillowy and fluffy. It's just like very minimally close to the head. It's not dense. It's just kind of there, and doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't bother me. I don't feel like I'm wearing a helmet on my head. So the permatease, of course, is on top, and there's a little bit at the crown as well, but there is not any throughout the sides of your wig here. All right, so again, this one is Tulle in the color Hot Chili Mix. I'm gonna show you another cap that's very similar to this cap. You'll notice that even though it's not hand tied and it's machine wefted, you're not gonna notice. It's not that it makes it look any less natural. You'll just notice it more in the feeling of it. I do find that hand tied caps are more comfortable than wefted, but that's not to say that these ones are not comfortable. They're still totally comfortable and totally fine. I just find there's just a nice, you just feel like you're a little bit more luxurious when you're in a hand tied cap. Okay, on to the next. What do we have here? I just kind of grabbed one. Oh, Tab. This one's Tab. Oh, and look how dark it is. This is in the color Espresso Mix, which is a combination of 4, 2, and 6. That's just going to be 4 is like a medium to dark brown, 2 is going to be your darkest brown, and 6 is a medium brown. So it's really just a mix of medium and dark browns. And it's an appearance of like your dark brown, really, is what it looks like. It doesn't quite look black, but it's almost black. Okay, so this one has the cap just like the one I have on, open wefting. So this one has a cap that's very similar to the one I have on, in the sense that it has open wefting and it has permatease on the top. It's wefted on the top with this monofilament crown. However, what this one has to make it a little bit more of a step up is going to be some velvet ear tabs, a velvet extended nape, and a lace front. So when that wind blows, you're feeling safe. Whereas this one, the wind blows and you see that. But I mean, the wind has to be pretty strong in order to blow it. So you shouldn't have to worry. You shan't worry. Okay, I'm gonna take this one off. We're gonna move on to the one I've been talking about. I gotta get it inside out, or right side in. Oh dear, this one needs a little bit of taming. Okay, so this does have permatease on the top. It's a little bit more permatease on this one, so you can get this up. It almost has a little bit of a wave going on, if you can get any waves happening in short pieces, but there definitely is a bit of a wave. And there's some bangs here, but wind blows and you're safe. Also, I wanted to note that the darker the hair is, or the darker the fibers are, the more noticeable the roots and your knots are. So you can see the knotting here if you were to really look. However, the standard person walking by you on the street is not going to be like, hello, let me see your hair. Let me see your hairline, please. And they'll have no idea, especially if you have your bangs down like this. Nobody knows. Okay, spin. Holy, I feel like I've been talking forever. I'm so sorry. I have just so many wigs to show you. All right. I have one more, and then I promise I'll get out of your hair. Out of your wig. I don't know. I'm sorry if that offended you, if you don't have hair. Oh my gosh, I'm horrible. Please disregard that. I don't have hair, so I feel like I can make jokes like that, but then I realize that people maybe are sensitive, and I'm sorry. Okay. Last but not least is Zizi. That's spelled Z-I-Z-I. This isn't, okay, last but not least, we have Zizi. That's spelled Z-I-Z-I, not just Z-Z. Okay, this is in the color Caramel Mix, which is the numbers 14 and 26. Yes, 26 and 14. And it's just gonna be sort of a nice warmer blonde tone, I would say. It definitely looks a little bit more on the goldeny side. Dark blonde mixed with some lighter blonde. Okay, this one has a very similar cap to what we've been looking at, in the sense that it has open wefting throughout, wefting on the top, this monofilament crown. This one has velvet ear tabs, a velvet extended nape, and a nice velvet band at the front. So there's no lace front on this one, but there is that little monofilament crown. Okay, here is Zizi. Ooh, she's got some short layers here. Look at these short layers. You could definitely work with that with some styling cream. Okay, there is permatease on the top. It's gonna help get her nice and big. Excuse me. Oh, this cough I've literally had this for almost 4 weeks, and it's like very tapered off now, but it still just like surprises me and comes out. So I apologize. So all of these wigs I'm showing you are made with synthetic fibers, not heat defiant, they're just all synthetic. So, and they're all really lightweight, because I mean, how heavy can you get with pixie cuts? But they're all really lightweight. They all fit a little bit smaller than average. And they're all pretty low density for the most part. Okay, so this one is Zizi, of course by Ellen Wille, in the color Caramel Mix. She's really cute. If the wind goes flying, you're gonna see that, but I don't think you really need to worry too much about it. All right, that's all I have. That's it. That's the lineup for today. This made for a longer video, but I just really wanted to give you guys a whole extravaganza of these pixie wigs. So hopefully this helps all of you pixie people out there. I know sometimes I neglect them, but I'm just really happy to be able to share these with you. But if any of these are of interest to you, then make sure you go and check them out at chiquel.com, chiquel.ca if you're in Canada, or chiquel.com.au if you're in Australia. But with that, I am going to head out for the day. I hope you guys have a really lovely day, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.